Good evening, gentlefolk, and welcome to horror with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, from 1990. Yes, this is a, well, as you can see, it looks like an adventure game, where you do not actually play as Elvira, but, well, the backstory of the game is roughly as follows. Turns out Elvira inherited a castle in England, I suppose, with some inviting big skulls above the gate, I see. Then she went there with the intention of turning it into a tourist attraction, but then turns out the castle is cursed and haunted, and we play as the person tasked with going there and taking care of this. I don't remember if this is supposed to be a private investigator or freelance exorcist or what. But let us get started by pressing this arrow here. And we are inside the castle, and the gate went and closed behind, surprisingly quietly. Oh well, onwards, or not. Hello, Captain. Are you a friendly person? Is your eyesight all right? Oh yes, Imelda. She is an ancestor of Elvira's, and she is the reason of the hauntings. And this is off to a not so good start. In fact, you might even call it depressing. Oh, but who is this? Yes, hello to you too. Marvel at the digitized graphics. I think this is the only instance of that in the game. Well, this particular animation is reused, but also, how do you know about this chest? Hooray, we get spells and a dinky little knife. Isn't that marvelous? Oh, a strange-looking guy in a sack. So what does that mean? He had a sack on his head? He was wearing a sack like a tunic, or as pants? On second thought, maybe I don't want to know. So, yes, this is not only an adventure game, but also there's some RPG in here. As you may have guessed with that row of statistics at the bottom edge of the graphics. So, actually, oh well, looks like there doesn't seem to be a keyboard shortcut for moving around. Oh well, art. I shall want this. Hey, I shall explain about the interface in a bit. Now let's not go to the right, since that's where the captain of the guard has his office. Here we have a souvenir shop, I suppose. Now, to examine things, you click them on the screen. Axe, a shield, and if we go select the room here, it will show up stuff you can actually pick up. Static leather shield, small decorative shield, and actually pick up stuff. You can, well, click the mouse button and hold it, and the cursor turns into a hand. Then you just drag it into your inventory here, or you can also drag it here. Or also do the same from here. So now we have some equipment. Small sharp little dagger. Let us use the axe. And I did not go in here right away because the guards will confiscate your stuff, well, apart from this bag which has nothing in it. So let us equip ourselves. That and the shield which caused resistance here to go up. So onwards into the castle. Up and around here, and well, that was useful. Now let's look around. Like in here, which is a library. And well, that was easy, wasn't it? And it looks completely different in the inventory as it did on the room graphics. And it claims to be a recipe book, well, I suppose they snagged this whole recipes as spells thing from one of the Elvira movies. Don't remember which one that was in, so hello Elvira. Try to mix something, yeah. Now there was a horror game Horrorsoft did before this called Personal Nightmare, which I have barely played, but I do remember that in there you could actually type in commands as well as selecting them from a list to the right here, and it is somewhat unwieldy interface, suppose would be due to the transition from parser to mouse control. Anyway, we leave the spellbook here, it appears there. Normally when you drop stuff in a room where it wasn't originally, it won't show up on the main screen, just here in the room. Well, let's examine. I can't click on that thing behind her. Oh. And I don't think she takes kindly to... Well, I wonder what happens if I try... Right. So, yeah, let's put these back. And here we have a dumbwaiter, we shall mess with that later. And here is a rather nicely stocked pantry with wine, joint of meat. Does it specify the animal? It's ham. Sounds tasty. Let's see, sugar, flour, bread rolls, a bottle, chocolate, cans, honey, cookies, can of beans, and a bottle of sauce. Now what we want right now is the honey, because we shall mix our first spell. herbal honey. And it shows up the available ingredients on the right page, and to select which you want to use for the spell, you drag them to the left. Now you may be wondering, how do I know which ingredients to use? Well, that would be in the manual, which means it is also a form of copy protection. And I think if you try mixing a spell with ingredients too many times, Elvira will get fed up with your incompetence and kick you back to the DOS prompt. But now, just stir that without it being heated in any way, and we have drinking this aids knowledge, herbal honey, which I find somewhat tricky to pronounce since it's two words that both begin with H, but oh, and now we get to combat. Oh, can't save. Okay, hopefully. Okay, that went well. Good. So, I'll just save here. Now I should explain the combat system. Now, the enemy, well, it's, how would I put it? You want the enemy, it's either that you attack or the enemy attacks. Now, if you attack, well, if either one attacks successfully, usually that means the attacker gets to attack again right away. But if the attack is blocked, then the blocker gets to attack. Now, I don't know if the enemies are supposed to have some specific weak point you attack or what. I just tend to go for center of mass. Now, how you block is a tricky thing. From as I understand it, most of the enemies attack either from the right or the left, and you are supposed to click on the side the attack comes from to successfully block. Now, another thing is that my skill with this weapon went up 1 point in that fight. When you use a weapon, your skill with it goes up, but only for that weapon. And for that reason, I aim to rush to get the best weapon in the game as soon as possible. What's this? Ah, excellent. But before that, let us get a better weapon. Check through. Access. Shield. Armor. Axe. Crossbow. Also, isn't that a very inconvenient way to display your crossbow? At least if the arc of the bow is in place. Okay, now fortunately we cannot use the pistol, and neither can we use the suit of armor. But the best weapons, or the best weapon from here would be the sword, and take the big shield for protection, and the crossbow. And let us not forget to put them to use. Now skill went up to 30, but not to 31. Use this, and resistance goes up to 22. Just to be a neatness freak, I'll return these. Right. And our next stop would be... By the way, there are different powered enemies in different areas of the castle, as Elvira said, or as can be deduced from what Elvira said. The guards around the courtyard and, well, pretty much on the first floor of the castle are the easiest ones. Now, well, if you are not going to attack, I'll have to come to you. Right, wrong side. Wrong side again. But on that time I blocked on the correct side. I lost very little life, but I'd rather not at such an early point of the game. Now we are at the back behind the castle main, and here is loads and loads of spell ingredients. So let's grab all we can. Okay, may warrant closer investigation, but turns out they are useless. Let's see. Puppies just randomly growing around. Let us take them so we may one day get high on opium. Let's see, and well, lock and unlock are highlighted, from which we may deduce it is in fact locked. And yeah, some of the spots where the stuff grows can be difficult to spot. Here we have a archery target, and we do need to practice archery to make efficient use of it. Well, is it still archery if you are using a crossbow? Alas, we do not have any crossbow bolts. Now, mushrooms. Nothing on the hedge. And it is a bad idea to go forward here, but I am going to show it to you anyway. Oh, and there's a key. Well, there's a falcon, and it comes and tears your eyes out. Excuse me? What? Huh? That's odd. Oh well. Yeah. Large part of the fun in this game are the gory death scenes, and I shall endeavor to show as much as I think of, really. Let's see. Garden roller, garden frame, so maybe this is the gardener's shack. Well, he seems to be rather unwell. Maggots. Also maggots. So we shall take 2 handfuls of maggots. Don't care about him besides. And next to him lies a silver crucifix. Well, this being a horror game, something that is both silver and a cross will probably come in useful. A riddle. Garden riddle. I wonder, what is the technical difference between a riddle and a sieve? Seed, potatoes. Biscuit tin, onion, sage, lamp, sledgehammer. I'm actually going to take that. I don't think there is any limit to how much you can carry. Package of seeds, but if we take them, it reveals a key. So, can also examine the cup. Now, I don't think sage or onions or potatoes or any of this other stuff is necessary for any spells, so let us leave. Also, I won't trouble with the hedge maze yet. Now, save again, and yeah, this, when you load a game or when you save a game, it doesn't give you a list of what games already you have saved. You have to remember them, or one thing you could do is look through the file names within the game folder, at least if you are playing this under DOS. But we can unlock the door with our freshly gained key and enter, or not, for a strange person. Looks away and he goes down in one hit. Alas, there was a second one who politely waited for his turn, provided that is a he. Now, but when I was playing this game as a child, I thought those guys had some kind of falcon's beak on their faces, but now I see that that's... I imagine that's supposed to be just a scarf or something covering their faces. But now we are in the herb garden. Silent Age. Alas, our knowledge is lacking. But what do you suppose a spell called Herbal Honey, which aids knowledge, does? Let us see if we can find out. Now we know all the plants, including cabbage. Really, you couldn't recognize a cabbage before? Also, this is a very, very messy garden. Dandelion, onion, bloodroot. And if we turn around, there's also some stuff here. Bluebells, plantains. Well, let's just get to grabbing. Now the spade or shovel we do not need. But everything else, yeah, let's just take it. all of this is not used for spells, but might as well grab them if only to make it easier to spot stuff I have not picked up yet. Ah, Hellador. And really, I just grab some weeds like nettles and dandelions as well. That seems to be all for now. Right, now we have a bunch of stuff to make new spells. So let us go. And hello. Now, let's see. Right. First, I am going to get alphabet soup, which requires dandelion, elderberries. Your father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries. No, wait, I think it was the other way around. And rose. Also, looking at the recipes in the manual are quite involved about how you are supposed to prepare and mix these things and how much long you should allow them to bake and stuff. And herbal honey, here it says, first boil 20 minutes and allow to sit for 30 minutes. Alphabet soup and similar stuff. So, Elvira, are you sure you are doing this right? So, let's see again. Either. Wow. Do we have those? Also, sometimes takes a while to dig through your inventory to find out what you actually have necessary ingredients to make, but think we are set to also let us consume this and consume this. That, but nettles somewhere. Weird. I thought I had nettles. Well. Whoop. Okay, I think that color means you are tougher than the earlier ones. Ah. Oh dear. Oh, actually managed to block that. Okay, now that... Aha, but now we have the alphabet soup, which also aids knowledge. Now we can... But I very soon lest it exists alone without flesh or bone. So, in other words, death. Okay. Is there? Yeah. Now, when enemies appear before you or about to attack you, they do take a while to go through that animation. It's not just there to annoy you. It actually allows you the chance to run away or attack the enemy beforehand from distance if you are so inclined. But really, most enemies are not worth wasting spells or crossbow bolts on. I thought nettles would be here somewhere. Okay, nothing here. Oh, more of you also. Oh, this one has a spiked mace. Also, for whatever reason, these guys do not actually get visible cuts like the... Oh. Okay, that much damage I can let slide. Really? No nettles? Well. Oh. Ah. Right. This I just remembered. That is that's one of the more obscure ones to find. But the spell list does mention 4-leaf clovers. Maybe not all the stuff you can find in the maze, which is where we shall be heading next, but that shall be for another time. And I'll probably load restore so I don't have to, so I can save up those 2 guys at the garden to train the best weapon.